The boy was only 14 years old, yet he insisted on drawing an adult-sized bow, because this was the first challenge of the hunter's exam. However, even after exerting all his strength, trembling from the effort, he still couldn't pull the bowstring back. When he saw the disappointment on his father's face, the boy hung his head in shame. The reason was that every male in the village, upon turning 14, had to venture into the forest alone to hunt and present his catch publicly the next day. Moreover, the bigger the prey, the greater the honor. To make matters worse, his father had once taken down a bear at his age, yet here he was, unable to even draw a bow. He thought his coming-of-age ceremony would be cancelled, but to his surprise, his father insisted he complete the trial. So, the boy drove a tractor into the forest, determined to bring back game. However, the further he went, the more discouraged he became, for there wasn't a single animal in sight. Just as he was about to stop and rest, he suddenly spotted a strange, disc-shaped object ahead. Curious, he approached it, but then the hatch abruptly opened, startling him into hiding. Only after confirming that the figure stepping out was human did he cautiously move closer with his bow. After some questioning, he was shocked to learn that the man was none other than the President of the United States. As it turned out, while aboard Air Force One, the President had been targeted by terrorists with a missile attack. Before he could react, his security chief had shoved him into an escape pod and launched him into the wild without explanation, leading to his crash landing here. At first, the President assumed his rescuers had arrived, only to find a mere kid standing before him. Still, he figured that once the boy realized his identity, he'd rush him out of the forest immediately. Yet, to his utter disbelief, the boy ignored him entirely, declaring he had more important business. Frustrated but desperate to survive, the President had no choice but to follow the boy closely. By dawn, the boy finally reached the hunting spot his father had marked. Strangely, there wasn't a single deer in sight, just a white freezer. Upon inspecting it, he discovered a fresh deer head inside. It turned out his father, fearing he'd return empty-handed and face humiliation, had prepared this in advance. But instead of feeling relieved, the boy was deeply disheartened, for it meant his father never believed he could succeed on